Talking about keeping love alive through forgiveness, there's a story in the Bible in Matthew chapter 18 where Peter comes to Christ and he asks him a question. I actually think this was a loaded question, and the question that Peter asked Christ was, how many times should I forgive my brother? It's interesting the response that Christ gave him to that question that he asked. Talking about keeping love alive through forgiveness, Peter came to Christ and asked him, how many times should I forgive my brother? I'm not quite sure what response he was expecting, but I suspect that was a loaded question. Maybe somebody had upset him somewhere and he wanted to come to Christ for Christ to say, well, if someone offends you about 3 or 4 times, then just call it quits with them, just keep them at arm's length. But Christ's response was quite shocking to him. Christ said, if anyone offends you, forgive them. How many times? 7 times, 70 times. Now, in one day, it's going to be quite interesting if someone can offend someone 490 times in a particular day. But that wasn't Christ's point. Christ was saying something to him using this analogy. And what Christ was saying was that, look, do not put a limit on forgiveness. Let your forgiveness be let it be limitless, and that way, once you can get to the point where you allow your forgiveness to be limitless, then you'll always be able to keep love alive. Why? Because forgiveness keeps love alive.